You ever stop and wonder, what would actually happen if we heard something out there? A signal, a pulse, a message from another world. Would we even know it was a message, or just call it noise? And if we did know, could we understand it? That question has fascinated scientists for decades. But now, there's a new player in the mix: artificial intelligence. We've been listening to the universe for a long time. Projects like SETI scan the skies, collecting mountains of data, endless streams of radio waves and cosmic static. And hidden in all that noise might be something meaningful. The trouble is, we wouldn't recognize it unless we knew what to look for. That's where AI changes everything. You see, AI isn't waiting for someone to tell it what a language should look like. It learns from patterns, rhythm, repetition, structure, exactly the kind of things a human might overlook after staring at data too long. Give it enough information, and AI could start spotting signals that feel purposely designed, patterns too organized to be random, too intentional to ignore. Imagine a system trained not on English or Mandarin, but on the idea of communication itself, on a form of speech that can travel through space, a mathematical sequence of beeps or pulses that a human ear might just consider space cacophony. But AI, a master at deciphering and memorizing data, would soon see a pattern. The question then is, what does that pattern mean? If there's logic behind an alien signal, a syntax, a rhythm, even mathematics, AI could, in theory, recognize it. Not by understanding the words, but by sensing the order behind them, like a code that follows a pattern, a rhythm, and with enough repetition on different waves within similar flows, sooner or later AI could find the meaning. We already do this here on Earth. AI translates between languages it's never seen before. It learns tone, emotion, even sarcasm, all from structure. Now, take that same ability and point it at the stars. But here's where it gets interesting. What if we did find a message, and AI decoded it before we could? Would we believe it? Would we trust an algorithm to speak on behalf of humanity to another species? It's one thing to ask AI to translate a document or decipher endless space recordings. It's another to let it interpret the intent of an alien civilization. We talk a lot about teaching machines to think like us. Maybe the bigger question is, can they teach us to listen better? Because maybe the universe has been talking all along. We just haven't understood the language. Or we're trying to look for communication similarities to the ones on Earth. Think about it. Every culture on Earth developed unique ways of communicating: symbols, art, mathematics, even music. Yet, beneath all of it, there's rhythm, repetition, symmetry. AI thrives on those patterns. So perhaps intelligence, any intelligence, leaves behind a kind of signature that AI could read. Not words, but logic. Not grammar, but intention. Not body language, but sounds. That's what excites me about this question, because to teach a machine how to find meaning in the unknown, we first have to define what meaning even is. And that brings us back to us, the humans in the loop. If AI did translate a message tomorrow, who decides what it means? Scientists? Governments? Everyone? Would we filter it through fear, skepticism, or curiosity? The irony is, this isn't really a question about aliens, it's about us, how we interpret the unfamiliar. AI is already bridging impossible gaps. It reads ancient languages we thought were lost. It predicts protein structures that nature hid for billions of years. It deciphers emotion from pixels and text. It's learning to understand life in all its forms, one pattern at a time. So why not life beyond ours? Maybe that's the destiny of artificial intelligence, to become a universal translator for consciousness itself. Not because it's smarter than us, but because it has no preconceptions about what intelligence should look like or should be. Could AI help us communicate with aliens? Maybe. But perhaps its real gift is showing us how to communicate with everything else, with each other, our planet, our own future. The irony of it all is that we are so blocked within our own little worlds that we, long ago, lost sight of communicating with each other in equal terms to respect everything that surrounds us. Perhaps now, with the help of AI, we might just come to terms and realize that working together, we'll be able to see what our purpose really is in this universe. This would enable us to look into our future ahead in a clearer way. But we must prepare ourselves for the next evolution step of a super-intelligent AI. Because every time we teach a machine to understand us just a little better, we're reminded of something powerful. Understanding begins with curiosity. And curiosity is the first language of the universe, which we are part of.